Hey guys, I'm Frederick Van Johnson. In this episode of TWiP Talks, I sit down with a good friend of mine, Mr. Nate Grahek. Nate is the CEO and founder of a company called StickyAlbums, and Nate has recently launched a new initiative called StickyApps, and that's a service that allows photographers to create apps and services for local businesses in their community. And the cool thing about this is, as you'll find out in this interview, the magic of it is reoccurring revenue month over month. So really cool stuff. So in this interview, Nate and I talk about a little bit about StickyAlbums and what that is, and then we transition the discussion into StickyApps and what that's all about. Really cool stuff. So Nate, welcome.
Yeah, thank you so much, Frederick. It's an honor to be on the show. I love what you're always doing for the whole industry, letting us learn about the gadgets and new tools and strategy to make money at this photography gig, right?
Yeah.
Everything's changing. Portrait world's changed. The way we can make money, there's new ways and the ways we used to. It's all changing, right?
Yep.
And a lot of what has really driven me in growing StickyAlbums is this passion to help photographers do more of what they love to do.
Yeah.
So that means having the freedom to do more in the business, doing the types of work, like more time shooting, more time interacting with clients, less time tinkering with the business thing or whatever it is, right? We want to automate your marketing with StickyAlbums to get you more clients, right?
Yep.
Or it even means giving you the freedom to clock out at 5 o'clock.
Yeah. To do more with less, as they say, right?
Right, exactly. And I think the big thing is it's hard when looking at where to go next with the company. It was really about how do we help solve this problem for photographers, that it's getting harder and harder to make a healthy living as a photographer. Yeah. I talk to hundreds of photographers a month, and vast majority of them have to take a day job, right? Where so many photographers make money other ways other than just photography. And we're always working with them about how can they spend more time? How can they, what do they need to do so they can go full time? Because if they could go full time, then this, and this. Yep. And so that's a lot of the background into what I'm all about building with training, technologies, helping photographers do just that, do more of what they love to do.
And I love that because you and I, whenever we talk, we can just like talk for hours about this stuff because we're like two trains on separate tracks, but they're very similar trains, right? And we're moving in the same direction. So before we dive into StickyApps, I want to talk just on StickyAlbums for the folks that may not know what that is. They may have just heard about it today. In a nutshell, what does that service do for photographers?
For sure. StickyAlbums is here to stay. We just launched a new Lightroom plugin that makes it easier for you to create and upload images. Mm-hmm. So in short, it lets you create a custom mobile app for each one of your portrait clients. So it's the best marketing tool out there. You create one, you put your client's face on their own icon, and then they share it with everybody they know, bringing you new referral business.
Nice. Wow. And that's it. Just like that. And how's that business going? You've been doing that for about 3 years now, right?
Yeah, we're in our 4th year. We've got 6,000 photographers using it all over the world. And it's been a really rewarding journey to see how this niche idea, this niche concept is actually helping small businesses grow, helping photographers grow their business.
Love it. Love it. Cool. Well, congratulations on the successes there. I've been following it. I'm a customer in there. I think I have an account. So it's I'm not a wedding shooter or a portrait shooter, but it's still cool to be able to send people apps around because it's like, I mean, you've seen this a million times, that reaction of really, and then being able to virally share that off to their friends and family. Cool. I mean, and it just works. So let's segue into apps, right? So StickyApps, StickyAlbums, so what's the deal with apps? So give me the elevator pitch of what StickyApps is.
Yes. I got to pause right here. Am I coming through still okay?
Yeah, you are.
Oh, okay. You were coming through really, really choppy. Okay, good.
No, it might be my upload, but it's recording fine on this side.
Okay, good. Sorry for interrupting. Okay.
No worries.
Okay, let's talk about apps. So where it started is we love looking at the cool ways that people were using albums. And it started with this other problem we're trying to solve. We're kind of started to see this crop up is small businesses across the world really don't know where to go with help with their online presence, with their website.
Yeah.
And so they see photographers in their city creating these custom apps for portrait customers. And they're like, hey, photographer, can you make me one of those? And so they started making these marketing apps for small businesses like the florist, the wedding venue, the hairstylist, the boutique wedding shop. These really simple marketing apps using sticky albums.
Yeah.
And we're like, wait a second, we didn't build it to do that. That's awesome, but that's not how we intended for you to use it. Let us build you some custom designed tools to make so you can create something even better. Instead of just giving it away as a favor to this small business to kind of strengthen that vendor partnership.
Yep.
What if we let you build a full-fledged, like industry standard, beautiful, mobile responsive website? It's like, oh my gosh, okay. So instead of just giving this away as a favor, you're selling it to a small business.
Yeah.
Brand new customer, brand new service you can offer. And what we're really excited about is this holy grail is instead of just selling it for $500 or $1,000, it's selling it for a recurring monthly payment.
And that's the holy grail.
Right.
That is when you start doing that math, you know what they say in internet marketing, right? The basis of internet marketing is a small number multiplied by a larger number equals a very large number. And that's what we do, right?
I love it.
Okay, so this all sounds really cool, but then the devil's advocate side of me is like, okay, I'm a photographer, dude. I want to be out there making images. We as photographers are notoriously bad business people, you know, and I hate to generalize, but it's true, you know, and especially if you could probably spread that across the creative spectrum. Musicians are, painters, sculptors, all business people, that or artists that want to become business people. Generally suck at it, So why, is this going to make it easy, or is this going to add another thorn or a rock in my shoe for my day going forward?
Yeah, there's a lot there, and I think you're spot on. And it's really about what we're helping photographers do is get better at making smarter business decisions. And the first piece that the biggest way we can help is to provide a steady income stream, right? Yeah. So let's back up to the problem we're helping you solve, which is so many small businesses need help with their website. Yeah. So there's 28 million small businesses in the US. Wow. Half of them don't even have a website. Like, this was, according to Google, like I went into this just hoping to help photographers solve the problem of how bad existing small business websites are. We all know how bad they can be, right?
Yeah, like your local florist and a real estate agent, all those guys, right?
There's a huge market there, but what's even bigger is how many small businesses don't even have a website yet, right? So that's the big thing. And part of the reason why so many don't even have a website is because they don't know where to turn to. Small businesses are stuck. Yeah. They can try to build it themselves, or they can, but when they try to hire somebody, because the demand is so high, prices have skyrocketed, and they can't afford $1,000, $2,000, sometimes $10,000 for a custom website, right? Yeah. And so back to you, the photographer, it's this perfect combination where the way to make your business stronger is to weather the seasonal revenue, where there's some seasons you're not making any money. Now, if you're just making a few $100 to $500 a month, that's pretty meaningful money, right?
Yeah, that's a mortgage payment or a car payment.
It's tremendous.
Yeah.
And part of the big reason why so many small businesses don't even have a site yet, my argument is that they can't even afford the $1,000 up front. But they can afford, and they're happy to pay $100, $79 a month on something that they can budget and plan for, because they can see it helping them bring new business into their product or service.
Now, if they do this, what does that give me as the the business person that's selling this service to the small business in my local strip mall over here. So if I go in there and I'm like, okay, hey florist, I'm gonna make you this awesome app, and it's only gonna cost you X dollars a month. It's all good. Take me through from the point that they say, wow, Frederick, that sounds like a great idea. Sign me up. Now what?
Totally. So first and foremost, it's all about focus, right? That this is, yes, we did the math, so there's several million small businesses need help with their website. Is this going to be the perfect platform for every small business out there? No. We help you in the program. It's an 8-week boot camp where we teach you all the training, all the templates, tools. So number one, we've got templates. So you're not building a website from scratch. That's the most important takeaway, is that we don't want you to be a web designer or web developer. That we've got gorgeous templates for different industries, that for a florist, for a wedding venue, so that you start with something. It's so much easier to be an editor than an author, right? Yeah. So you start with a template, and then you start with a base kind of every let's do a florist, okay? Yeah. So every different florist you work with, you're going to have a different agreement or a different price, because you get to tack on all of the unique services that you are qualified to offer. Like so you, as a photographer, could be good at, you know how to shoot video now, because all of our cameras shoot video now. You're really good at doing graphic design, or you're good at like social media coaching. You get to create a custom package for this small business and bundle together their website, their images, a video, and whatever, and set a price for photographer Jane, or for florist Jane. And then you go to the next one, and she's like, well, all I need is like one shoot. I'm really early. I don't need much. Okay, well, we're going to build a small package for you for $49 a month. We give you this blank slate where you can create a custom package for each florist, each small business owner, which is good for them because they can plan and budget for it. Yeah. And it's good for you because now you can start to bundle all of the awesome skills you have as a photographer and sell them as a consultant or as an expert. So, and that's where we've got several hundred photographers are going through the program now, and we've got people selling app packages, and the average is about $80 a month, and it's gone as high as like $800 to $900 a month. Oh, geez. Because the photographer is doing all of this social media consulting for the small business. So I say that just to show that it's a blank slate. Every single photographer, you all have unique experience and talents that are perfectly prepared you to offer this service to small businesses in your area. We've got a huge head start on what it means to do business online. That almost all small businesses in your area are just stuck. They don't know where to turn. They're afraid of the internet. They're frustrated. They're angry. We all know the big news that happened where Google changed their search algorithm, and they actually told us about. They never tell us, but they're like, guys, if you don't have a mobile responsive site, your search results are going to get punished. Yep. Well, guess who? You go through all the photography forums. We're all talking about it. Do you think there's forums for florists where they're talking about it? No. Oh, they have no idea what happened. Where did all their traffic go? Why am I getting Google results anymore? They have no idea. Yeah. But as photographers, we've got this huge advantage, which is a huge opportunity that you can use to make your business strong.
You're totally right. Yeah, because even I mean, there's a bunch of things that could be the conversation starter for having that initial conversation with a vendor, but going in with that Google. Hey, Google changed their algorithm, and I want to tell you how it impacts your business, and then leading into, hey, let me solve this issue for you once and for all, yada yada. Yeah, brilliant. Okay, so I want to continue this. This is awesome. Okay, so wedding photographers, right? So you know them. We both know the wedding photographer crew and vertical demographic very well. Looking at those folks that are busy every weekend shooting these weddings, they're doing it. They're out there making the money, working with the brides, doing the referral thing and all that stuff. They're busy people. Would this work for them? I mean, will they have the time to to be, I mean, in other words, do you want them to become a photographer slash developer?
Right.
Or a photographer that adds another line item to their menu, their a la carte menu?
Yeah, great question. I think that I'll start with my vision is that this is simply a supplement. So that I don't know very many wedding photographers or any photographer that has steady work all year round. So first and foremost, this is meant to supplement. When you've got slow season, when you've got a slow time, you can spool this up and go talk to a small business. And what's beautiful about this is you book 5 small businesses in a year, and you're averaging $80 to $100 a month. Pretty soon you're making, that's an additional $500 a month that you can count on. And then next year you go after 5 more. And the year after that, and it starts to build up because it's ongoing revenue for you. So that's where we see it being a supplement.
Love it.
We've already have some photographers in the program that are like, I'm shooting less weddings. There's more money here. I'm going after this. I'm hiring an intern. I'm hiring a studio manager, and we're going like all in on this part of our business because they see such opportunity there. But wherever you've got to find where this is going to fit well for you. My vision is that, and the way it's built, is that this can easily, you can spend a couple hours a week. You can spend 30, 40 hours a week on this and then not touch it for 6 months and come back to it next slow season. However it works for you, it's designed to fit in and supplement your existing business.
So one of my fears, Nate, is, say I jump into this with both feet and okay, I got, I'm doing it. Like you said, that photographer that's like, okay, I'm doing this. I'm going to shoot less and do more of this. Say I do that. What about the customer service side of it? Because one of my nightmares would be, 6 o'clock in the morning on a Saturday, I'm getting calls from a florist saying, hey, my site's down, or there's a typo on this thing, or hey, can you change this graphic because it's Christmas? I want to put a Santa up there. How does that stuff work?
I mean, you don't want to do that kind of stuff? I get it. And we've planned for that too. So it starts with in the boot camp, we walk you through and give you really good templates to go after the right type of small business.
Yeah.
So we're not, unless you really get excited about doing that stuff, we just have you focus on the low-hanging fruit. On the small business owners, like a florist, like an interior designer, like a landscaper, they don't need to update stuff all the time. They're not doing e-commerce. You're not managing inventory. You're not doing all of this complex stuff on their website. You're building a very basic but beautiful looking marketing app that helps them get more traffic and more leads and more customers.
Love it.
So it's number one, it's about targeting the right kind of small business. Number two, it's simply about setting that expectation up front. So it's part of the package that you agree to with the small business. There's some florists that are very high end, and one new bride is worth several thousands of dollars to them. So they're willing to spend a good chunk of change on their website and updating it, right? So for them, you could do a package that says, I'm going to come in once a quarter and do a shoot. And then that includes updates to your website and to the copy 4 times a year. So you spell it out very clearly and set that expectation that we're not going to do updates just randomly. We're going to, you get a certain amount of them throughout the year. And as long as that expectation is set up front, small business owners, I understand it. And it's working for both parties. And then finally, everything's hosted on Amazon, which is like a third of the internet is. And so not only is their uptime ridiculous, it's redundant, it's backed up everywhere. So what's been great even for StickyAlbums, I haven't had to say this yet, but if stuff ever goes down, it's a lot easier to say like, well, so is half the internet.
Yes. Yeah.
And people kind of understand what's going on, and it's very rarely for an extended period of time. So you rest assured, you're not going to get emails of people saying my site's down. Like it's handled, it's redundant, uptime's crazy. So
Yeah.
we're good there.
I think of Amazon, hosting on Amazon like you guys are doing is kind of like buying a luxury condominium. You got a doorman, you got security, and everything's taken care of, behind the scenes. And if something goes wrong, then chances are the whole neighborhood is affected, not just your place.
Totally.
So very
They
cool.
Understand. Yep. Exactly.
So I want to be respectful of your time. We're about the 20-minute mark. I want to dive into next steps. Like somebody's watching this, and they may watch other videos that we do, but so they're watching this and they're thinking, okay, I want to try this. How do they get a look at it? Where can they go to see an app on their phone kind of see the whole flow?
Yeah, for sure. So first things first, start with, you can check out more at getstickyapps.com, but also text the word right now, sticky, to the number 313131. So sticky to 313131. Pull over to the side of the road if you're driving.
Yeah. Or watch this later because I'll have it overlaid on the video.
And that's going to send you an example template of the wedding demo, of the wedding template we have. So for a wedding venue. So a couple things I want you to notice. Number one, this is an example of the industry templates we've provided. So what's so great we're learning in the program right now is you don't have to build much to show your credibility and to win the deal. You walk in with this template, and this is what people are doing already. They're walking in with this template. Maybe they change the name, maybe they don't.
Yeah.
And just think to yourself, when you're looking through this example, how does this compare to the majority of small business websites in your city, to the wedding venues? Do a quick search for wedding venue in your city and look at those 10 websites and compare them to this template. And think to yourself, how are these owners going to react when they see something like this and they're able to shake your hand and meet you in person? Time and time again, we're getting these great stories of people saying, all I did was show them the demo and they were like, here's my credit card. Where do I pay? How much does this cost? I need it now.
Love it. I love it.
It's really cool for you guys to see what's possible, what the templates are provided in the program, and then also how easy it is to sell. We don't want you trying to convince people that don't understand how important this is. Mm-hmm. It's not worth your time. It's all about identifying the walking yeses. There's dozens of small businesses in your city today that are looking for somebody to help them with this. And you walk in and say, hey, is this something you're looking for? Imagery is so important with websites. And that's the point I didn't make yet is, here's the deal, guys. But the photographer's stuck, they can go build something on Squarespace themselves, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But they get stuck. It's frustrating. It's still kind of hard to do. And then let's see, a landscaper, they want to build retaining walls, not their website. Or they can hire the pro for several $1,000s. They get stuck. Guess what? Neither option includes professional photography.
Right.
Like that's the big thing that makes that's the glue that holds all of this together. It doesn't matter who's building your website. You need professional photography to show off the quality of your brand and your service. And that's what a professional photographer can do. So you guys need to be doing that anyway. And now we've given you this next piece so that you can really go after and make it worth your time is bundling it with the full package so that you're getting recurring revenue.
You are enabling photographers to not only sell the razor blades, but also the razors, right?
Yes, you got it.
Perfect. It's the whole thing. So it's a whole turnkey kit. I love it.
Yeah.
So once again,
okay, so back to what's included.
Yeah.
So you sign up with the biggest lesson we learned with launching StickyAlbums is how important that education piece can be. Mm-hmm. Education, in my opinion, is more important than just the technology. And so we've wrapped this within an academy and a boot camp. For 8 weeks, you get hands-on training, coaching, a private Facebook group, and all of the support you need to be successful in launching this new part of your business. Let's see, what else was there? The templates too. Mm-hmm. So we give you email copy, templates of different industry-specific websites, all of this so that you're not spending your time being a custom web designer. You're spending your time being a photographer and building relationship with small businesses.
I love it. I love it. You're cracking open a potentially a whole new side of people's businesses that they had no idea. And, I know a lot of wedding photographers are probably like, it's Saturday again, time to make the donuts, right? So now you're giving people an ability to kind of freshen things up a little bit. And like we said at the beginning, create that holy grail of reoccurring revenue. You and I talk all the time about reoccurring revenue, subscription-based business models. Adobe with Creative Cloud is in there. Lynda.com, Kelby, all these guys, subscription-based business models are in many ways the future of this online commerce stuff. And you're giving small businesses like photographers an easy way to do it. So congratulations, man. So I'm excited to see where this all goes.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited. The several hundred photographers in the group are already crushing it. It's incredible. We've got one photographer that's already on track to be making like $700 a month. Wow. And here's what's so great is it's not only a win for you, the photographer, it's a huge win for small businesses also. Yeah. They have had nowhere to go and they're happy to pay you. So here's what's really exciting is, so while they can't afford $2,000 to $3,000 today, they will happily pay you $2,000 to $3,000 to $4,000 to $5,000 over the next 5 years. Yeah. Because this works. It's something they need. It's helping them be found on Google. It's helping them grow their business, right? Mm-hmm. And is when people see that value, they're more than happy to pay that money each month, knowing that customers are coming in their door because of it. Yep. So it's this great win for everybody. And like you said, already I've been blown away by the success that photographers have. The enthusiasm. There's a lot of photographers out there that kind of get it. They understand that it's hard to make money as a photographer, and doing something with a subscription base is how you're finally going to get to a point in your business where you can start taking vacations and maybe start saving for your retirement. Yeah, I love it. Yeah, and just to hit that point home, you were talking about getting that one client to increase their spend over time. You have to look at it from turn that on its side and know that you'll have multiple clients that are on similar tracks over time. So the revenue in aggregate increases over time and you keep adding to it. So exactly. Yeah, it could snowball and get to be a pretty big side of your business. My big bet is that the florist who's made it to 2015 with no website, it's really fun to take any customer from zero to the 21st century, right? You've taken them from no website. Think about the emotional stress and embarrassment and frustration that business owner has, is the insecurity of not having their own website in its 2015, right? Yeah. You take them from nothing to something that's amazing and perfect, and they have their own app icon on their home screen to show off to their friends, like, hey, look, I have my own app. They're going to go nuts, and they're going to be so happy. And with you, you have a lifetime customer. Yeah. It's so much easier to keep a customer happy when you can offer that much value, right? Yep. It's hard to take a bride or a high school senior who's just like, they're like really hard to impress these days, right? Yeah. It's like you got to do a lot, and it's hard, and they're really tight with their money. Mm-hmm. But the last point I'll make is that all of this has been through learning lessons I've learned through growing StickyAlbums that I want to pass on to you, the photographer. So the first one we've talked a lot about is the beauty of recurring revenue. Mm-hmm. The second is the beauty of selling to a business owner versus a consumer. Yeah. The same person who's a consumer will look at something for portraits and be like I always use the app analogy. When you're shopping for apps in iTunes, like, $5 for an app? Are you kidding me? Yeah. It's like, no way. A game? No way. I would never pay that. I'm getting the free one first. Yep. We're so stingy as consumers. Yep. Take that same person who's also a business owner, and here's MailChimp. My MailChimp membership fee is like over $200 a month. I happily write that check every single month because I know the value it creates for my business. Yeah. This is giving you that same access to selling something to an owner. They are so much more excited to invest that kind of money. That's the word. Yeah. when they see the potential it can make for their business. Instead of it being like a luxury, like portraits are, this is something they need for their business, right?
Exactly. Yeah, it's something that's going to pay for itself versus, okay, let me figure out how to pay for this thing over time. Yeah,
totally.
I love it. So so we gave the text code. So text sticky to 313131 and they can try this out, or they can head over to getstickyapps.com, right? Is there any other URL that you want people to go to?
It's good enough. Just go there and let me know. I love kind of rewarding people who listen all the way to the end.
Yep.
Send me an email to nate@getstickyapps.com. Let me know what you liked about this conversation. You've got questions, feedbacks, anything. Like, I love hearing your input and questions. So you can reach me directly that way also.
Wow, that's unprecedented. Very cool. All right, prepare for a lot of email, Nate.
I love it. Bring it on. Thank you so much, Frederick. It's an honor to be here as always.
Oh, it's always good to talk to you, man. Thanks a lot. I appreciate it.
Cheers.
All right, I hope you enjoyed that quick interview. That was my friend Nate Grahek. Once again, if you want to check out Sticky Apps, just head over to getstickyapps.com and you can check out what this thing is that Nate and team put together. Also, if you want to try out one of the apps on your phone, just send a text to Sticky with the number 313131. And it will respond with instructions on how to get that thing set up on your phone. Really cool. So you can actually try it out and see what the thing that they built is. I'm Frederick Van Johnson. This was TWiP Talks. We'll see you in the next interview.